Hey guys, we're back with a new review. This time is a very special review actually. This is another seasonal from the Propeller brewery right here in Nova Scotia from the city of Halifax. This is Propeller Revolution. It's an 8% alcohol by volume Russian Imperial Stout. This is their winter seasonal. As you can see, it's got a nice little communist red star on there. Let's see what it says on the bottle first. This beer is born for greatness, sent by the English brewers via the Baltic Sea to the court of the Tsars. Russian Imperial Stout was brewed to very high gravities and allowed to ferment on the long voyage. The result? A dark, strong, and bracing brew, imbibed by Peter, adored by Catherine, and now reclaimed by you, the people. Za vas. Alright, and it says this one was bottled in the last week of December, and now because this is a high alcohol beer, well, fairly high and nice and dark, it can be cellared for an extended period of time, probably a couple years. Probably pretty good. I wish I had some more that I could do that with, but this is a very hard to get beer. Up until this year you could only get it in the city and some select places including the brewery. Very limited release, winter seasonal of course. Flies off the shelves like gangbusters. I got this at New Minus. They finally this year started releasing it to some other NSLCs around. New Minus, NSLCs, and A store, so it's no surprise they got some of this. I was very lucky to pick up 3 bottles, one for me, one for my dad, one for my brother. So I'm just excited to be able to try this out. It sits at, like I said, 8% ABV. They've been making this since 2006, and the IBUs sit at 60. Alright? And of course this is the famous style that, probably the first Imperial, and it's the one that inspired Baltic Porters, which are basically lager versions of this. So we're going to get right into it. I'm really excited to try this out. I'm kind of pissed that I'm going to open this one and I'm not going to have another one for who knows how long though. This is probably the first and last one I'm going to get this year, and maybe for a couple years to come, because it is a very hard to get beer. So we're going to dig right into it and see how it goes. Okay, we're back with the Russian Imperial Stout, the Propeller Revolution. Pour it now. Using a snifter, as you can see. Oh yeah, that looks just like any of the other Imperial Stouts I've had. The head is not quite as creamy as in some. Nice tan head, pitch black body. I cannot see through it at all. Alright, let's go right to the nose. Big chocolate notes right there, right up front. To be expected. I think it uses chocolate and coffee malts, crystal malts as well. And what were the hops? I believe the hops were Warrior and Amarillo or something like that they have in this, or maybe Cascade. No alcohol in the smell at all. It smells like a lighter version of Imperial Stouts, like even lighter than the Samuel Smiths. And by lighter I mean you don't get the alcohol as much. There's not that sharp little ping there of alcohol. It's not quite as fruity and sweet as, say, Oscar Blues Tinfitty. That head looks like it's going to stay around a bit. Oh, it smells really nice though. Big chocolate up front, coffee all around, slight sweetness. That you could almost say fruity, but not quite. Very inviting, very nice. Okay, we're going to go right to the sip now and see how it goes. Taste this bugger. yeah, nice. Right off the bat, the first thing you notice, so smooth and creamy. Very, very nice. The roasted malts come out in the backbone here. The hops come out a little bit. Like I said, 60 IBUs. It's more for balancing the malts than anything else. You're not going for big bitterness here, and indeed it's not overly bitter. Nice dry, lingering bitterness. Oh, that's a nice beer. That's really nice. The coffee sweet, the chocolatey sweetness, bittersweet right up front. A little bit syrupy on the end. Creamy and smooth, like I said. Oh, that's a good beer. The only thing about this one that I think really sets it apart from the other Imperials I've had so far, very, very smooth. Like, very, I'm not going to say light-bodied, but it's definitely light-bodied for the style. As far as I understand the style anyway, up to this point, from the other examples I've had. It is, like I said, it's not watery, it's not light-bodied, but it's lighter. It's a medium-bodied beer. But if anything, it makes it far more drinkable than some of your other Imperial Stouts. Yeah, it's not a sipper. It's not a sipper like some of them. This one is very, very smooth. You really get into trouble with this one. You almost would think you're just drinking a regular stout, really. A little bit of the alcohol's coming out, but it's just masked perfectly. And I'd say this is a perfectly balanced beer too. It's just, there's no, some Imperial Stouts, one certain note will dominate the entire brew almost, you know, will whack the other notes over the head. This one, it's a smooth transition. It's beautiful. 4.5 out of 5. I think basically the only negative thing I can say is maybe it's not quite as sharp and as big as I'd like in an Imperial Stout. It's not quite as rich as I'm looking for, maybe. But it's a great beer. It's a world-class beer. There's nothing wrong with it at all, really. For you know, for all intents and purposes, it's perfectly great. But it's not necessarily a sipper or whatever. If that's what you're looking for in your Imperial Stout, you're not really going to find it here. Oh yeah, so Propeller Revolution, yet again, an awesome seasonal from Propeller. And if you can find it, you definitely want to pick it up, especially if you like a really smooth Imperial Stout. That's an excellent, excellent beer. 4.5 out of 5. Hands down, Propeller doing a great job again. Cheers, guys.